Let's learn how to do a pistol squat. Before we jump into the progressions, let's discuss how to do a proper lunge. There's two ways you can do a lunge. You can do a reverse lunge or you can do a forward lunge. I personally like to do the reverse lunge because that's easier on my knees. So if you have any knee injuries, this might be a better option for you. Have your feet shoulder width apart and you're going to step back, keeping the back straight, drop the knees to the floor, have a 90-degree bend in the front leg and push back up. When you first do this exercise, you might find it a little bit hard to balance. I recommend you to step to the side and back a little bit, so you're creating a more stable position to do your lunge. Dominate the exercise with the front leg, with a flat foot. Pressing with the whole sole of the foot is really important. When you lift your heel up and press with the toes, you're creating too much pressure on your knees and that can lead to some injuries. So make sure to keep the heels down and press it with the whole sole of the foot. The leg in the back is there for balance and just to help you maybe 20% of the push, but 80% is done by the front leg. Progression number 2 is the Bulgarian split squats. For that, you're going to sit on a box or a bench. You're going to extend your legs fully. Put your feet down in that position. Back leg going up in the bench. Drop the back knee. Push with your heels and the whole sole of the foot. Don't get on your tiptoes. Push back up. So now we're putting more of your body weight onto your front leg. Remember, the back leg is just there to balance. The next progression is the box assisted pistol squat. I'm going to walk to the step, keep one foot in the air and sit back and up. If that's too challenging, you can elevate this step to make it higher and that will make the exercise easier. Eventually, as you get stronger, you can keep going lower to increase the difficulty. Or you can also focus on the negatives. Control it back down to the box and you stand up. As you're getting stronger, you can decrease the height of that step that you've been using to make the exercise harder. And if that's too challenging and you're trying to bridge the gap between two progressions, once again, you can just do negatives. And the next progression is a TRX or ring assisted pistol squat. So now we're going into the full movement with some extra assistance. All the way down and pressing up. This one is quite hard to measure because you don't know how much you're helping with your arms, but it is a great progression for you to do the full movement and have an understanding what it feels like doing the pistol squat. Moving on to the next progression, and that is doing a pistol squat on an elevated surface. So this progression right here really helped me to still be able to do the pistol squat despite the lack of mobility in my hips. So if I was to do this on the floor would be in a way and I would just get stuck. But because I had this elevation, I can still do the full movement to build strength in my leg and to do a variation of a pistol squat. As you improve your mobility, you're going to be able to go lower and eventually you're going to be able to do this on the floor.